YouTube? Hey, welcome back to my garage. I'm glad you are here with me. I hope you're staying warm. It's nice and cold outside, even here in Texas, so doesn't stop me from driving it though. Heater core works. So hey, listen, on this video we're going to be doing a series of videos on more LED conversions for your car. If you saw my last video, we converted the gauge cluster to all LEDs. So JDM has once again reached out to me. They were really satisfied with that video we produced and has sent me out some other bulbs. So what you're going to be seeing is kind of a series, maybe 2 or 3 videos of just doing some LED conversions. So I'm going to be giving you an update on what we've done and just an update from the last video. And then I've got a small package of some stuff that JDM sent me. We're going to continue the upgrade of the car. So in this video, what you're going to see is kind of the continuation of the interior upgrade. One of the things we couldn't do on the prior video was the glove box and the HVAC bulbs because we didn't have the correct bulb type. So we've gotten that corrected, and then I'm also going to be reusing some of the T10s that JDM sent me last time. So since they've given me so many bulbs, there's other spots in the car where it makes sense. We can go ahead and upgrade those LEDs as well. So I'll kind of go over that. And then they've also sent me some side marker lights. So I'm kind of anxious to show you guys that. That's going to be the first of many of the exterior upgrades of LED lighting. And stay tuned for the next video because I am about to do something that I've been wanting to do with the car since I pretty much got it, and that's increase the headlights. I have found myself some really cool glass bulbs that look very stock. They do not look cheap and aftermarket. These are a very stock looking bulb. However, these take an H4, meaning these have a halogen in them, and we can switch these out to LED as well. So I've asked JDM their thoughts on this, and they're going to be sending me LED bulbs, some of their newest, most high-tech, badass, bright LED bulbs that they've made. They're going to be sending me these. So we're actually going to be putting LEDs into these lenses and converting it to the car and switching headlights out to LED without going with a weird kind of plastic or Euro looking style. We want to keep it stock looking but really increase the output of the headlights. So stay tuned for that video. That's coming up next. So if you follow my videos, you know that on the last video we changed the instrument cluster bulbs out to red LEDs. We removed the diffusers from the stock cluster that makes the incandescent bulbs look red, and we put red LEDs in there. And this is how it looks now. And I actually think it turns out really, really good. You'll notice the fuel gauge that I mentioned last time was not lit up. That's because one of the bulbs wasn't actually lit. And I took the cluster out and ended up reseating it, and now it's lit and looks great. So same with the HVAC panel, and same with the oil and water aftermarket gauges I've got down here. Those are all sporting red LEDs. And we'll talk about this one that's not lit here in a minute. Quick update on the dome light. If you saw the last video, the one they sent me worked out very good. It is extremely bright. That thing was like a camera flash, and I used it so much with the car door open so that I could work inside the interior that I had it on for 10, 15 plus minutes at a time. And because of that, I found out that the bulb was actually overheating. With the cover on, it actually started getting so hot that the bulb will go dim and start flickering. So I reached out to JDM, and they're going to send me a replacement for this as well. They recommend not using that one as a dome light. It's better suited for something like a reverse light. So even though it'd probably be fine for short periods of time, if you have it on for a really long time, I recommend probably replacing it to one of these. Okay, so we've got 3 packages. What they've sent me, there we go. So if you remember these lights, these are the same bulbs we used in the gauge cluster. And I've got a white set of them and a white amber. Now he sent me the amber ones because I mentioned using the T10s, which I've used in different spots of the car, but I went ahead and stuck these into my side lights just kind of see what it looked like. They looked a little bit too orange, or actually too pink. So this is a bright white, more like your 6000K or higher. So because of the intensity of this white with the stock amber side markers, it didn't look right. It just kind of made it look a little orange. So didn't like that. So instead he sent me these. And remember these from the last video, we put the red version of these in the gauge cluster, and these have a ton of LEDs. These are the 3014 S&D 194 and a 168 replacement. So these have a whole bunch of little LEDs on them. So we got a set of amber and a set of white, and then they also sent me here. Okay, yeah, so these are going to be the replacement style bulb. These are 1894 bulbs, and this is the reason why we couldn't get the glove box light switched out. We also couldn't get the other HVAC control panel light switched out because it uses one of these on one side and a regular 194 on the other side. So they sent me this to hopefully replace that with and replace the glove light. Okay, to the glove box. Okay, so this is obviously the stock light here. What we're going to do is just kind of put your hands behind it. You can get, as long as your glove box is clean, you can get your hands behind it. And it's just a connector that snaps in from the front here. The bulb is actually attached to your switch itself. So if you can just get back there, you should be able to apply pressure to it and just pull forward. Just like that. You should be able to pull it out just a little bit, enough to replace the bulb. So we'll just pinch and twist. It'll be kind of warm. Okay, and your little 1893 twist lock bulb comes out just like that. It's so easy, right? So JDM supplies us with a 1893 white LED here. Has the exact same connector and the exact, same base on it. And again, I'm not even trying to sell this to you guys in any way whatsoever, but it is a high quality made LED. So stick this in. And nothing. Okay, so I've tested this with a 12 volt power supply and it works out just fine. It lights up. However, I've discovered that unlike the other bulbs in the gauge cluster, this one is polarity sensitive. If you saw my previous video, you could hook positive or negative up to either side on these style bulbs on the 194 replacements, whether it's this one, that one, or even this big guy here. Whether or not you applied voltage to this side on the positive side, negative on this side, or reverse, positive on this side, negative on this side, it worked either way. However, due to the nature of these little 1893 bulbs here, they are set at the outside casing is absolutely negative and the pinpoint is positive. That poses a problem because for some odd reason in the Mustang it is actually sending reverse polarity to the bulb, meaning that it's sending negative signal to the tip here and a positive signal to the outside. So the only way to really overcome that without re-engineering these bulbs is to actually reverse the wiring. So from some of you that may be an issue, for me it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and reverse the wires. That way if I ever do put back a regular incandescent bulb back into the socket, it's going to work either way because incandescent bulbs don't care with positive or negative. As soon as you put voltage through both sides of it, it heats up the element inside and lights up. LEDs are a little bit different. This is the first time I ran into a positive negative issue with an LED bulb, but we're going to rectify that just by swapping the wires out. Okay, as you know, the glove box light is really tight. If you remove the glove box door, then you can actually reach up there and your glove box wires for your light here are plugged in. So what you want to do is go ahead and get these guys unplugged, and you see there is a male and female for each side for your positive and negative. Once you get these unplugged, you can take it to the bench. We can reverse these wires and solder it up. So let's go do that right now. Okay, so nothing big here, guys. We just take these cables off, cut them, soldered it, heat shrunk it, reversed it, and we're going to go plug it back in now. Don't tell me you haven't done this before. Lay your seat back down. It's possible. Okay, now I got a ton of light in our glove box, which is really cool. I didn't push it all the way yet because I wanted to show you that we reversed the polarity, but just to prove to you here that reversing the polarity is going to work with incandescents if you ever go back to this. So you have the option. Again, this is nice and cool. That never got hot. Go ahead and take your incandescent. And again, it's just to show you the polarity on an incandescent doesn't matter. So why forward wired this where your outside housing is positive and the tip of it's negative is beyond me. I'm sure they've got their reasons, or they don't, and they just didn't know anything about LED lights. But either way, now notice that depending on the way you push this back in, you may want to twist it a little bit to get the best light output. I've got this right here. You notice it's got a little bit of a shadow based on what direction you twist this bulb. So right there looks really good. Push it back in. There we go. Okay, the last single piece of LED that would complete the interior, the interior would be 100% full LED, is this section right here. So there are two bulbs in your HVAC unit. On this side is a 194 bulb, and on this side we've got a $18.93, which is just like the Glovebox bulb we replaced here. This is a twist lock. So once these are loose, you can kind of lift up on it. Your cables are in the back here, so it's got manual control, temperature control flaps, which is cable operated. So what we'll do is we'll just slightly move to the side, and you can pull your bulb housing out right here. Okay, so notice how the socket is this shape here. If I were to try to use this, if I turn the lights on, so you can see that works, and it's obviously very bright. However, there's no way for this to fit into the back of your housing, so that's not going to work. If I were to drill this out, we could probably rig something to hold the LED bulb back there. I'm not willing to do that at the moment. So for this, unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and put in the small bulb back in place. Okay, so I have to admit, I'm excited that I'm finally working on the outside of the car. I've been inside the car switching LEDs out now for seems like a while. It's not that much, but we're going to be moving on to putting these guys in. This is the little amber LEDs, and right now this is the only, I take that back, I'm going to put some of the T10s in the back of the car, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But as far as what JDM has sent me to actually install on the outside of our vehicle, this is the only one they've sent us so far, so I'm anxious to get this installed. This is going to really be crazy. In fact, it's going to be a really bold statement on the side of our four-eyed fox here. This is going to make the side markers really glow, and anxious to throw these in to see how these look, because I know just on the red ones that these things right here are very bright. Okay, moving on to the side incandescent bulbs. If you guys have ever wondered the easiest way to take this off, I'll show you how I do it. There's one screw in here, but wrangling these things out of the side is kind of a pain in the butt. So what we're going to do is this is how I do it at least. You're going to take this screw and just kind of use it for leverage. It's going to come out towards the front here, out this way, tilting the back in, and you can get your finger on it. And this section is clipped in, so make sure you pull down and wrestle it out just like this, and then your bulb can simply twist out, pull it out. There it is. Side marker, and we'll go with the SMD amber ones. Okay, that is blinding. Holy cow. Twist it back in. That's it. That is incredibly bright. Let's go check the other side. Okay, just for effect here, and I've got the garage lights turned off. Here is our stock unit right there. Incandescent bulb versus your LED here. So, definitely bright. Okay, so the car looks quite a bit better. You can see it's bright in the garage, and that light is pretty bright. So I like it. We'll have to roll it out here tonight and show you guys kind of the outside of the whole car. They've also sent me this T10 white bulbs that they gave me for the gauge cluster, and I used these. Your car's got these little 194 bulbs kind of all throughout it, but I went ahead and used it on the side markers as well. So this factory is a 194 bulb that I've replaced with this same white LED T10 here. So this is just a little white LED. It comes out really good. It's actually nice and red on the corners, so I think that turns out really good. And I've also replaced the license plate lights. So your two license plate bulbs here and there are also 194s. So since I had spare ones, I went ahead and replaced those. And again, you can see this corner here. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We'll roll it out here when it gets dark. Let you see the kind of the changes we've made, and then get on to the headlight replacement in the next video. Alright man, it is nice and cold out here. Sun has gone down. I've got it pulled out though, drove it today. Actually picked up firewood in it, which is kind of funny, but you can see how nice and bright these corners are. And it does look good. Actually puts a little bit of amber on the ground, it's so bright. So guys, these LEDs are super legit. Check out the back end. See how nice and bright those corners are? License plates really lit up nice. So yeah, once we get all the taillights amber, it's gonna look really good, and the corner taillights is looking really good. I really like, it's not too much, not too bright, License plate's nice and bright white, which makes the license plate look really good on white. So man, there it is. So that is just a taste of what we are doing with the LEDs, and man, we've got a lot more to come. So once that car is fully converted to LED, it's going to look absolutely awesome. I think the core lights, I don't know about you, but I think it looks really good. I mean, guys, these LEDs are really good quality. I'm not just saying that because they're giving me this stuff. I could easily do that and just push the product, but as you can see, they're super bright. It really makes just the cardboard visible at night, which always helps for safety. I think it looks cool. So look at the difference just between the turn signal that's not LED and the side marker that is. So just take a second and imagine once we get the turn signals and LEDs, and we get the headlights on LEDs, we get the taillights on LEDs, just absolutely how rad this thing is going to look. That is it. That wraps up this video for tonight. Please stay tuned for the headlight LED conversion that is coming up next. So everything you have seen on this car has been supplied by JDMastar out of California. So take a second to go to the website and look at their products. They got a ton of stuff. They got everything you would ever need for a vehicle. They pride themselves in quality, and they sell nothing but products for automotive components. So it is nothing but automotive lighting, and it really is quality, guys. I'm not just saying that just to say it, man. Everything I've seen has been really good quality. The people I've been talking to from there has been just phenomenal. They're really cool people. They work with you. If you have any questions, you can call them. So take a second to go through the website, JDMastar.com, and just scroll through and check it out. And for that, I just want to say thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, listen, I just hit 5,000 subscribers. For me, that is just mind-blowing. 5,000 people out there want updates and want to see this stuff, and it blows my mind. So just the fact that people are out there want to see this, yeah, it's awesome. So anyways, check out JDM if you want to just make your car look radder and your Mustang look even cooler than it probably already is, or if you just want to really increase the light output for safety reasons, either or, you're going to win both ways. So go check them out. And really, seriously, honest to God, thank you so much for watching. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll get some updates, and I'll be posting stuff on Instagram before I publish it live on YouTube. That way you've got an idea of what's coming out. So subscribe to me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube so you get updates on more stuff that we're putting out here on the Mustang. So again, thanks for watching, man. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.